Welcome to part 3 of inductive reasoning. In this video, you will have matrices, usually known to appear on Matrigma tests. You will be presented with an incomplete 3x3 matrix of symbols. Your task is to identify the missing symbol from a series of 5 alternatives. The symbols have no meaning, but all matrices always follow a logical sequence, either across rows, columns, or across both. The missing symbol should be the one that adheres to the logic of the matrix. This test includes 15 questions with 10 seconds each for you to think and answer correctly. Do not forget to count your scores so you can share it with us in the comment section below. Great, let's begin then. Question number 1. Observe this matrix carefully and find out which is the most appropriate one out of all. The correct answer is 4. In the above matrix, from left to right, both across the rows and down the columns, the shapes and colors in each figure change in a systematic way. The shape pattern is square, circle, diamond, while the color pattern is white, lined, black. Question number 2. Observe the matrix carefully. The correct answer is 3. In the above matrix, from left to right, across the rows you can see the number of sides of each shape increases by 1. For example, in the top row, the sequence of shapes is triangle, 3 sides, square, 4 sides, pentagon, 5 sides. Down the columns, all the shapes have all the same number of sides and are of the same color. Question number 3. Observe the matrix carefully. The correct answer is 2. Identify the image which completes the pattern by examining how the series of shapes changes across the rows and down the columns with the matrix. Where you can most easily visualize the relationship will determine the direction in which you examine the question. Across the rows, the figures in the left frames combine with the figures in the center frames to create the figures in the right frame. Additionally, down the columns, the figures in the top frames combine with the figures in the middle frames to make up the figures in the bottom frames. Using these two properties, we can see that the correct answer is choice 2. Question number 4. Observe the matrix closely. Here the correct answer is D. Across the rows, the yellow rectangles decrease in size. For example, look at the top row. The first frame contains a large rectangle, the second frame contains a medium rectangle, and the third frame contains a small square. We can observe the same pattern in the second and third rows. Thus, the answer choice will contain a small square, while we can eliminate answer choice C and E. Down the columns, the size of the shapes remain the same, but rotate counterclockwise around the sides of the square. Take a look at the first column. The rectangle in the first frame is positioned on the left side of the square, the rectangle in the second frame is positioned on the top side of the square, and the rectangle in the third frame is positioned on the right side of the square. This pattern continues in the second and third columns. Thus, the answer choice will be positioned in the bottom right corner of the square. We are left with answer choice D as the correct answer. Question number 5. correct answer is the fifth option. The direction in which you examine the question should depend on where you can most easily visualize the relationship. Across the rows and down the columns, the number of blue circles decreases by 1 from frame to frame. For example, in the first row, the first frame contains 5 circles, the second frame contains 4 circles, and the third frame contains 3 circles. In the first column, the first frame contains 5 circles, second contains 4, and third contains 3 circles. In the third row, the first frame contains 3 circles and second frame contains 2 circles. Thus, the empty frame will contain 1 circle, which is answer choice 5. Question number 6. Observe the matrix closely. Here, the correct answer is 2. In the above matrix, the frames in the left and the middle columns combine to make up the figures in the right column. Additionally, the frames in the top and middle rows combine to make up the figures in the bottom row. For example, in the top row, the blue plus sign and yellow diamond combine to form the figure at the end of the row. Take a look at the bottom row. The figure in the left frame should combine with the figure in the center frame to form the figure in answer choice 2. Therefore, the correct answer is option 2. Question number 7. Look at the matrix closely. The correct answer is 4. Look across the rows. The image in the left frame combines with the image in the center frame to make up the image in the right frame. Additionally, going down the columns, the image in the top frame combines with the image in the middle frame to make up the image in the bottom frame. Using these properties, we can see that the correct answer is choice 4. Question number 8. Observe the matrix closely. The correct answer here is option 4. Across the rows, each frame is the mirror image of the frame preceding it. In order to find the answer choice, find the mirror image of the bottom middle frame. Alternatively, as you move across the rows and down the columns, the frames switch colors. Blue square changes to white squares and vice versa. Therefore, answer choice 4 is the correct answer. Question number 9. Observe the matrices closely. Here, the correct answer is option 4. Across a row from left to right, the black rectangle gets smaller by a third in each successive frame. Down a column, the square in each frame rotates 90-degree clockwise. We can eliminate the first, third, and fifth answer choices because the black shape is not smaller than the shape from the middle column. We can also eliminate the second answer choice because the square rotated is 180 degree and not 90 degrees. Therefore, we are left with the fourth answer choice as the only correct solution. Question number 10. Observe the matrix closely. The correct answer is 5. Take a look at the top row and see how the shapes change across the row. In the left frame, there's a blue pentagon on the left side of the frame. In the center frame, the pentagon flips inwards as if it were attached to the side and was flipped like the flaps of a box. In the right frame, the pentagon in the center frame rotates 90 degrees, that is 1/4 a circle, clockwise. The same changes will occur in the bottom row, as we can see that the pentagons that were outside of the left frame flipped inwards in the center frame. The next step is a 90-degree clockwise rotation. Since we have a yellow pentagon on the left and a blue pentagon on the right, we should look for an answer choice where, after a 90-degree rotation, the yellow pentagon is on the top side of the frame and the blue pentagon is on the bottom side of the frame. Question number 11. Observe the matrix closely. Here, the correct answer is 5. In the above design, determine how the figures relate to each other and apply this relationship to the row with the empty frame. Visualize how the objects might look when rotated, transformed, or combined. In this matrix, the shapes in the left column and the shapes in the middle column combine to make the figures in the right column. In the bottom row, the empty frame will contain a figure which is the combination of the two preceding shapes. Combining the blue triangle in the beginning of the row with the blue triangle in the middle of the row will result in a blue square. Hence, the correct answer is option 5. Question number 12. Observe the matrix closely. The correct answer to this question is option 2. In this question, there are 3 types of blue lightning bolts which appear within each row and within each column. One lightning bolt which points towards the bottom left corner of the frame, one lightning bolt which points towards the bottom right corner of the frame, and one lightning bolt which points towards the top left corner of the frame. Take a look at the bottom row. The bottom row does not contain an arrow pointing towards the bottom left side of the square. Thus, our only possible answer choices are A and B. Within each row and column, the background colors of the figures alternate. Since the frame preceding the empty frame is white, the answer choice will contain a yellow background, and we are left with the answer choice B. Question number 13. The correct answer to this question is option 3. As you move across the rows, the rightmost square in every figure is removed from frame to frame. Let's examine the first row as an example. The figure in the first row contains 5 squares, the figure in the second row contains 4 squares, and the last figure contains 3 squares. Take a look at the row which contains the empty square. Since the first figure contains 3 squares and the second figure contains 2 squares, the last figure must contain 1 square. Answer choice C is an image of a single square and hence is the correct answer. Question number 14. Observe the matrix closely. Over here, the correct answer is E. Look at the rows in the matrix. Each row is comprised of a different shape, that is, a triangle, arrow, or a heart, and different background colors. The first row includes a yellow and a white background, second row includes blue and white backgrounds, and the third row includes a yellow and a blue background. We can eliminate answer choices A, C, and D as they do not contain part yellow and part blue backgrounds. Look at the columns in the matrix. In the left column, the shape covers both backgrounds. In the middle column, the right part of the background covers the shape. In the right column, the left part of the background covers the shape. In the third row, the answer choice will contain an image with the left yellow part of the background covering the shape, leaving us with option 5. Question number 15. Observe the matrix closely. The correct answer is C. In each row, there are 2 frames which contain pairs of diamonds and 1 frame which contains 4 diamonds. Since the third row contains 1 frame with 4 diamonds, we know that the answer choice will contain an image with a pair of diamonds. We can eliminate answer choices B and E. Down the columns, the shapes rotate 90 degrees, that is 1/4 of a circle, clockwise. Look at the third column. Rotating the figure in the middle frame 90 degrees clockwise will result in a pair of blue diamonds which extend horizontally, which points to answer choice 3. That was the end of part 3 of inductive reasoning. Don't forget to mention the number of correct answers you've gotten in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more such interesting videos on our channel. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share, and also subscribe to keep yourself updated with more such interesting videos. Thank you for watching.